You're a wizard, Harry. I've decided to do Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by JK Rowling. And it's one of those odd ones, like with my book reviews and stuff. Obviously I'm reading, like I do what I'm currently read. And then I listen to some of the books I read years ago and I've done them. Hence I did the whole Discworld. And I thought, do you do A Song of Ice and Fire by George R. Martin? Do you do Lord of the Rings? Do you do The Hobbit? Do you do Harry Potter? And initially I wouldn't have thought to, but then over the New Year's break, I decided to take, well, not decide, I took my kids on holidays. It was a long car trip, 3 hours there, down to the beach, down to the coast, hanging out at Ocean Grove and Torquay, and loaded up the audiobook, read by Stephen Fry, which I've listened to, multiple times, and I thought, why not do the reviews? So here I am, talking about The Philosopher's Stone, and it is The Philosopher's Stone for my American audience. I don't know why they changed names and things like that, but here we are. This is one of the few books I've read multiple times, and again, listened to Stephen Fry audiobook multiple times. And if you're gonna listen to the audiobook, it's gotta be Stephen Fry. It is rich British voice doing this excellent story. How can you go wrong? And yeah, so I read the books to my kids, I read them for myself, I read the books to my kids, and yeah. And like millions, probably billions of people around the world, I fell in love. Although I didn't read the book until after I watched the third movie, so I was a little bit odd like that. I know some people caught on straight away, although I think a lot of people, I don't think I'd be that odd in that respect, that they sort of cottoned onto the books, after the movies had come out, or at least after a couple of movies come out. So yeah, I definitely watched the first three movies and then went back and read the books from one to all the way through, and just loved them, absolutely loved them. From that moment, Mr. Dursley and Privet Drive and the oddball, and even though I knew the first two or first three plots by that stage, it was still a joy to come back and just to realise how brilliantly well crafted these stories were. There's a reason they've captured the imagination of so many people, and like every reader in the world knows, the book is 100% better. And with the Harry Potters, it's not even just a little bit better. There's so much going on. There's a few books, you can sort of, oh yeah, I can understand these changes and that. Some, they just absolutely slaughter them. I think the movies, especially the first couple, were done really well, but then you can see, as the books grow, the movies get rushed. And I think that's why we're all hanging out to see them do the stories in series form, done well, concentrating on all the subplots and, the house elves, all these little things going on that absolutely get, had to get cut from the movie. Some had to get cut, but then they was just rushed. I think they were just genuinely rushed. But yeah, the real magic, the not the one letter, the multiple letters, not in that crazy scene that they did in the movie, but the cleverness and, the boy under the stairs, the boy in the smallest bedroom, all these brilliant little clever things, and then the Easter eggs and the real continuous story that J.K. Joanne really crafted the whole way along. We knew a lot about Cho and Cedric and all these other characters before they became important in the movie sense, and I think that's what I really loved about, and that's what I would absolutely prefer. I don't have a lot of time for reading, if despite the fact I've got a book channel and I'm book obsessed. Reading, just at the moment, not being great, although at least over this holiday period I've done some good reading, which is good, but it's still not what I would love to be doing. But yeah, so to listen to the audiobooks, I would absolutely I prefer to listen to Stephen Fry do the audiobooks as opposed to watching the movies again. And I, again, thoroughly enjoyed the movies. Like I said, they're rushed. Some things you understand why they've done that, why it needs to be, it's certainly a lot easier to get the Neville character do a lot of the Dobby stuff and things like that. But this one, the first one, that step into that, like, just perfect world that she crafted and created for this magic system and the magic and the the boy who lived, and brilliant characters. I love the Star Wars comparison too, and that's storytelling, isn't it? There's was there 7 original ideas or something like that, but yeah, the perfectly crafted magic system, the way she brings it all in, and watching the plot unfold around this bigger story, and it all begins with book 1. Absolutely brilliant story. And like I said, I wasn't going to do it. I didn't think I'd do it, but whilst listening to the story again while we're driving in the car, for hours, and then touring around, and pretty much we started the second one coming home, and now I just want to. I'm going to go through. I'm going to do them all. I couldn't help myself. I was going to listen to them all and do all the books and just talk about how much I love them. I know most people have seen the movies. A bunch of, actually most people have read the books, but this is not what this is about. Well, it's a little bit what this channel is about, but it's also me just sharing my love for books. Yeah, I want to encourage you to read, but I also want to just share and celebrate my love for books. And I do love this book. The cleverness of that final confrontation, this, the test, that Hermione has the thing, the riddle, and things like that. Just so much more little details that are absolutely eclipsed from the movies, because they would have been epic. And again, that's why we're holding out for it. We were holding out for a good series. I know certain things, there's a bit of controversy around that, but I'm not here to bang on about that. That's not what my channel is about. But absolutely loved these books, and again, I was definitely a little bit late to the party, but absolutely brilliant. So much to love about these books, and yeah, happy reading. So, well, yes, happy reading always, but this is just my rambling thoughts. You've heard them before if you're not new to my channel, and if you are, this is what I do. I just ramble thoughts. But yeah, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, absolutely one of, like so many millions around the world, absolute favourite books. Happy reading, subscribe and follow for more.